Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dude with a Fork. My name is Ken. On today's episode of Ken Cooks Stuff, I'm making migas. Migas is the Spanish word for crumbs, and this is a traditional Mexican peasant kind of dish that just has two ingredients: corn tortillas and eggs. My mother made this for me for breakfast all the time when I was growing up, and I still make it all the time. It's quick, it's easy, it's really fast, it's really inexpensive. You can put stuff on top if you want to put salsa or something like that. I have seen recipes on the internet where they add all sorts of weird things like mangoes and chestnuts to this, but really this should be a simple, unpretentious dish. Like I said, it only takes two ingredients: corn tortillas and eggs. I like to top mine with some salt, pepper, and a little bit of hot sauce. So let's get going and make some migas. Okay, so these are our ingredients for migas. I have an egg. I'm going to break it into this bowl and beat it up a little bit. You can do that in the pan as you go. It saves you a bowl and it saves you a fork, but I like really well mixed eggs, so I always do it ahead of time. Then I have five corn tortillas, and these are the El Milagro tortillas that are the best corn tortillas I've ever found. They are made right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I live just south of there, so I can get these really fresh and really inexpensive. This package of 30 costs $1.09 at my local Mexican store. So I cannot eat 30 before they go bad. So what I'll do is I'll separate them out into counts of 10, and I'll put the 10 of them in a freezer bag. I use a vacuum seal bag, and then I'll just throw these in the freezer, and they freeze wonderfully. They thaw out really great. So pro tip, don't let the vacuum sealer suck all of the air out, or it squeezes the tortillas together too tight. So just wait until you see most of the air gone and then hit the seal button. Anyway, so what we need to do is, first of all, I'm going to crack this egg and beat it, and this is a nice fresh brown egg. And I'm just trying to get the color fairly uniform here. Okay, that looks good to me. So we're going to set that aside, and then we just need to tear these 5 tortillas up. And usually what I do is I'll just take them and the whole stack of them and tear them into fourths. And usually I'm doing this on a plate, which I could have brought over here, but I'm not planning ahead that well because it's Sunday morning and I'm really hungry. So, but tear them into small pieces. You don't want to leave big chunks. We're not making tortilla chips here. Okay, migas, remember, means crumbs in Spanish. So you want something small. And originally this was just a good way to use up day-old tortillas, or tortillas that were going a little stale. So if you look into most cuisines, you're going to find things like bread pudding that are designed to use up stale or slightly stale carbs. You know, you got bread, you got tortillas, you got all sorts of things. I bet even croutons were invented just for the purpose of using up old bread. So, okay. So this actually looks like a lot of food, but believe me, I love these things. I'll be able to eat this whole thing. I used to make this out of 6 tortillas, but I thought, well, let's get serious about losing some weight. So anyway, here are our crumbs. These are our torn up corn tortillas. We're going to get these over on the stove and start cooking. It's going to take about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so I have a pan heating up here. This is a cheap granite stone. This is a cheap granite stone pan. It's kind of thin. I bought it at Menards. This has a ceramic coating, not a Teflon coating. So it's been heating up. I'm going to get a little bit of oil in here. That's probably around a tablespoon. And once you get the tortillas in here, you want to move really quickly because, like I always say, tortillas are sponges for oil. So you want to get them moving around really quickly. So let's try to spread that out as much as possible. And then in with our tortillas. All right. And just start stirring these up. And remember, tortillas are already cooked, so
really what we're doing is just getting these hot and getting some crispy on them. And I hate the way these burners are on the stove. You can't really move things around too much without them rattling. So it's annoying. Okay, so you can see most of these are fairly evenly coated with oil, so I'm going to let these sit here for a minute. Okay, and I'm going to go grab some black pepper. Alright, so I have one of those upside down pepper shakers, or pepper mills. Remember, I know you always see people in movies and TV shows and they're running a pepper mill right over hot food. Well, what happens is when you do that, you end up with steam getting up inside your pepper mill and making a mess out of your peppercorns. So what I do is I have this kind with a lid and I just turn it upside down and I grind some into the lid. So okay, these are getting hot. You can tell they're wilting down a little bit. After a while, they'll get crispy, and if you like these super crispy, you can cook them for longer until they get crispy. If you're going to put salsa or something on them, that's not a bad idea. But okay, so this is good enough for me. Remember, I said this goes quickly. That's why I want everything ahead of time. And my egg is over here, so I'm just gonna pour my egg in and just start stirring things around. And I'm just stirring to get all that egg cooked. So I'm not a fan of eggs, really. I like scrambled eggs if they're cooked all the way. I like hard-boiled eggs. I'm not a fan of runny yolks. So people who eat soft-boiled eggs or eggs over easy or sunny side up eggs, you know, that's their jam. That's fine. I'm just not into that though. So, and I saw a recipe online this morning that said Gordon Ramsay's famous scrambled eggs, and basically they looked like they were barely cooked, and I just thought, nope, I couldn't handle that. But, you know, some people do love those runny yolks, so I can understand why they would like that. So I'm just making sure that all of this is cooked, and that's it. I'm going to turn off the stove, and we're going to get these on a plate. It's time for breakfast. Okay, this is it. I've got fried tortilla bits with some egg in it. I got a little pepper on there. Going to get a little shake of salt, and then Tamazula hot sauce. And I probably talked about this before. If I haven't, I definitely will. My favorite Mexican hot sauce ever. And that's it. Let's dive in. Smells amazing. Oh, wow. Wow. The quality of the corn tortilla that you have is really what makes this dish. And I'm sorry I used a transparent dish because I got this terrible glare over here, but wow. It just takes me back to my childhood every single time I eat this. This is just amazing. This is a quick I'm gonna have to stop filming here so I can finish eating this. This is a quick, easy breakfast, folks. It's dirt cheap. 5 tortillas. There are 30 in that package. They cost me roughly $1. So you're looking at a sixth of $1. So what is that, like 18 cents? And then the cost of an egg, and I think I paid $1 per egg, so a 12th of an egg. So I mean, this is literally like a 35-cent breakfast. You know, once you throw in the oil and the salt and the pepper and the hot sauce, it's probably around 40 cents. But it's full of course, tortillas are nothing but carbs, so it fills you up. That egg is protein. And look, if you want to put 2 eggs in here, I'm not going to stop you. But this is it at its most basic. This is not a pretentious dish at all. You can make it pretentious by adding, mangoes and chestnuts. If you had some leftover, I was going to say leftover bacon, but whoever has leftover bacon. But if you had like some leftover chorizo or something, you could throw that in there as well. I would not be offended by that. But this is it. This is a quick, fast, filling breakfast right from my childhood. So thank you for watching. This has been wonderful. And now I'm going to sit down and eat the rest of this.